my name is Ellen Sternau, and today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple and delicious oat and walnut waffle. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is start out with our half a cup of oats and quarter cup of walnuts, and we need to chop them. If you have a blender at home, you can just pulse them in there for a little bit, but I'm doing it by hand just to show people who do not have a blender how easy it is. You just want to break the walnuts down to small pieces. Again, if you have a blender, you could pulse them a little more, but small pieces are fine, and then you have a nice little crunch in your waffle. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm going to do is just transfer this right into my mixing bowl. Okay, bring it up here, and we'll add the other dry ingredients. I have a half a cup of all-purpose flour. Okay, we're going to do a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Level right into the bowl. Do a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to go a little less because it's iodized salt. I prefer kosher. It's a little bit stronger. Okay, I'm going to take my wooden spoon and just mix the dry ingredients right up. Okay, and then in my other bowl, I'm going to mix my wet ingredients. So I have my milk, which is a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons, 1½ whole eggs, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to mix them together just until the eggs mixed in. Okay, and all at once, I'm going to add it into the dry ingredients. We're going to mix it around. It's going to get a little bit thick, but then comes the next part where we need to make a meringue of egg whites, just whipped egg whites by themselves. And we fold it into this batter, which lightens it up, and that's what makes our waffle so fluffy. Okay, so this is a very plain batter. If you want to spice it up a little bit, I'm going to add a tiny little bit of cinnamon, maybe about a quarter teaspoon, and a little vanilla bean. If you don't have vanilla bean, you can use vanilla extract, but this is a vanilla bean pod. What I'm going to do is use half of it, so I'm going to cut it right in half, and then I need to open this up. So on its side, I'm going to take my knife and just split it right down the center. Okay, and inside are all these little delicious pods that you scrape out with the side of your knife. And I'm going to drop that right in. Okay, so now we have cinnamon and vanilla. So now at this point, if you want, you can make this the night before you need to use it, or even a day before you use it, and leave it in the fridge overnight. And then when you're ready to whip up your egg whites, that's the last thing you do before you actually get to the baking. Okay, so now you want to make sure you have a clean, dry bowl, completely free of flats. Egg whites are very sensitive, and any oil or fat that gets into them will prevent them from whipping up. So I'm just going to put them in. They've been sitting at room temperature, so they're a little warm. Warm egg whites whip much better than cold. And with my whisk, I'm just going to create a circular motion while hitting the side of the bowl. Don't just stir in a circle, you actually have to whip it. It's going to take a little while. You might need to switch off and use your other hand. But as you can see, they're starting to froth. You want to go full peak, which I'll show you what that means. Okay, they're starting to get shiny. We're at about a medium peak right now. We want to get to full peak. So we have a little bit more to go. The stronger meringue you have, the more stable it is, and it'll make your batter fluffier. Okay, so there's stiff peak. How the egg white stands right up on your whisk, that's perfect. So little by little, you're going to take that and gently fold it into your batter. Okay, you don't want to knock out any air. So I'm gently folding it into the batter. Okay, so we've just finished folding in our meringue. We have our lovely waffle batter here with cinnamon and vanilla. And now we're going to get ready to make one. So here I have a very nice machine. It's called a Waring Pro. And it pretty much does everything for you. I plugged it in, it beeps when it's ready. You lift it up. I use Pam spray or whatever cooking spray you have. Just lightly spray the top and the bottom. And then I have a ladle here, and you're just going to fill in the bottom of the machine with waffle batter. You don't want to overfill it because it will drip all over the machine. So about 4 spoonfuls. Okay, and you just close it and you flip it over. When it's done, it's going to beep again. We flip it back over and open it, and we have our waffles. Okay, so the waffle's been cooking about 2 minutes in this lovely machine. Green light goes on, says ready. So we're going to flip it back over, lift it up, and you have a beautiful waffle ready to eat. Okay, put a little butter on there. Little syrup. Ooh, a lot of syrup. And you're ready to go. Hope you enjoy it.